For this week, I decided to continue the last week's experiment, adding one more COB LED of 50 watts. The heatsink is the same, 7.6 centimeter wide heatsink with 29.5 centimeters in length. These are the two COB LEDs located at an equal distance between them. I measured the temperatures in these 3 points. In this picture, I show the actual experiment. The first line corresponds to the 20 CFM fan located at the middle of the heatsink, right about here. The second line corresponds to the 40 CFM fan, and the last line corresponds to the same 40 CFM fan, but in this case two fans located each one above each LED. These are the results. In comparison with the case of only one LED, this time I cannot recommend using only a 20 CFM fan, as the actual power consumption of the LED is diminished. As I have said before, this is because the LED regulates the current demand when it senses an over-temperature condition. And in this case, it senses a very small temperature condition, but because these measurements were made at an actual ambient temperature of 19 degrees centigrade, it is very likely that at a ambient temperature of 25 degrees centigrade, the power consumption will actually be lower because the temperature of the LED will be higher. So in this case, a 20 CFM fan is not recommended. The minimum possible recommendation is a 40 CFM fan. In the case of the 240 CFM fans, there wasn't a measurable difference between using only one and two fans, and this is a result that I have gotten in repeated experiments with other heatsinks and other LED combinations. And the fact is that adding one more fan that has the same CFM doesn't help to reduce the temperature. So, in summary, the minimum condition that I can recommend to my clients for this configuration, which is two COB LEDs in our 7.6 centimeter wide heatsink with a length of 29.5 centimeters, is using a 40 CFM fan. Lastly, the difference between this configuration and the configuration with only one LED is that using the 20 CFM fan, the temperature rises about 9 degrees centigrade, and with a 40 CFM fan, it rises 5 degrees centigrade. And that's it for this week. Thanks.